What a fuck. Man, can't even tell you. My PC is just, I swear to you, right before it blue screen, I smelled burning. And I don't smell burning anymore, but I just don't. I'm getting real anxious that she's on her last toe. And I don't know what to do. When she dies, don't know what to do. I will be fucked. We shall see, I guess. Hello, David. Hello, Robo. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Gung. Hello, Kendo, Viata, anyone who chose to even fucking hang out in this trash fire. I don't know why, but I appreciate you. Good morning, day, whatever. I hope you're well. Knives, how are things? Let's pack a bowl and smoke about it, yeah? I cleaned my bong as good as I could. We'll play some games. We'll just fucking ignore the hell. And hope to God the thing doesn't do the thing. It's just I can't afford a new PC, just straight up. I don't know what to do. Yes, this is the Franken computer. Yep. Yeah. The one, the newer computer, the one that we game on, she's fine. It's the Franken beast, and it's just, yeah, you guys know. I don't even need to talk about it. You guys know. It's just like nonstop. 2 days, no problems, and suddenly she blue screens 4 times in a row. I don't know. There's no, and like, I Google the error codes. It gives me it was, what was it? Something exception error or something. I Google the codes. I don't know. There's no fucking answers. I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting it. Dude, Viana, I appreciate you. Hosier's new songs, dude, his songs are the new songs are fucking beautiful. You herniated a lumbar disc. Oh my god, ow. I went through all things knives. It was fine. It was acting fine. Like the only thing that was wrong was the fucking stream deck wasn't working. And then today it just blue screened this morning. Like I had music playing and I was getting ready, blue screened again. So I went through and like updated my drivers, whatever, did all the normal everything. I have no answers for it. She's just a bitch. I have no idea. Yeah, exactly. And David, get this. So this is the like I would have to I still have to buy more stuff if I run like it's so stupid. So the new PC is great. The newer one, the middle. I run a 2 PC system cuz OBS, you guys know. Most streamers do. So the gaming PC, great. Um the the caveat is it literally doesn't have enough USB plugins to stream on. So I'd have to go get some sort of USB hub. And like every single USB in the back of it's a USB 3.0. And if you put a USB into it, it's like, USBs are really like, I have to be alone. I have to be the only USB in this entire board. Otherwise, I'm not going to work. And because I tried, I fucked with it so much to try to get it to be a 1 PC system. And there's just not enough USBs. So I'd have to get some port. It's just like, it's a site. It's just constant. It's like, I get to the point where I'm almost like, okay, I'm just gonna, and then it works. And then I'm like, okay. And then it doesn't. And then I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Life with Windows machines, man. I know. It's just exhausting. I don't know. I feel like I'm helpless with it because I don't know. It's just old. It's probably just old. USBs are fucking annoying. It's like we complained about USB and they were like, how about a USB 2.0? How about a USB 3.0? How about a USB 75.0? And we're like, how about something other than USB? They have never been great. Like, I don't. Reapplying thermal paste when I was about to throw the PC into a brick wall. And see, I took it apart and like went through it, dusted it really well, carefully, and everything looks like it's absolutely attached and fine. I don't know. The only thing I can come up with is like it's old, like a lot. Like the motherboard is like 7 years old. There's some pieces in there that are pretty fucking old. You can union. I'll union them. We'll do it. I'm here for unions. I'd love to help them. At least we can play a game. It just sucks because like we can't do like video, we can't like watch videos, listen to cool music or anything because I don't want to push the PC because it's that PC. That's the one we do everything on. All the watching videos and stuff. This one's only geared up for gaming, and I can't play videos and stuff on this one because the audio will be there in the VOD, and we will get slammed by the DMCA demons. Ugh, I'm very stressed. Ugh. Let's load a bowl, yeah. And that's literally what helped it. Just up reapplying thermal paste. I'm afraid to like cause an issue where I don't know there's for sure an issue. That's why I'm nervous about reapplying thermal paste. But I mean, if I'm at the point of throwing it away, why not? I mean, if it literally stops working, I will do that. Like, I don't know what else to do. Well, see, Major Can, what people were telling me to do is like do like build a PC on Amazon, like make an Amazon list and then put it on Throne or something like that. I always feel bad. It feels shitty asking for help when like I feel like I barely can even entertain anymore because it's so broken. Like all I do is talk about how broken it is. It just feels like shit. I want to be independent, man. It's so hard. What up, LZT? How are you, love? I accidentally fixed my back last week. Accidentally. Had a stabbing pain in my mid back. Breathing too hard or fast. Oh, would cause pain. Was like that for years. Last week playing Helldivers, I noticed I was favoring my right side, the painful side, by keeping my arm away from my body. Interesting. In a fit of frustration, I pulled my arm tightly against my body and I heard and felt a pop. Yum. I want that. Oh, that'd be so nice. Lucky you. Right, David, it's like I don't like fucking with it when I'm not sure that's the problem, and I could cause a bigger problem that will absolutely fuck it and like guarantee that I have to replace. I don't know. I PCs are expensive. You guys know this. It's nothing. It's not news. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm holding out hope that it'll just live. Like just live, just work. I just want it to work. But I probably need to be proactive about it or something. I looked up everything on that error, and another one was I was tried everything, reinstalled Windows, removed things, took out drives, etc. Seriously, and it was okay. I might get there. That's put on my list now. I just don't know what else to do. Mine is my shoulder. When my shoulder's bugging me, I get a similar pop, and it's usually I just start spinning my arm, and on one of the turns back, I'll get this thick, meaty pop, and all of a sudden it's like, relax. Oh yeah, but I haven't got it to do it in a couple days. I'm ready. What did I grind? Oh, I ground up that new strain that I hadn't. It's Egyptian Lotus. Yeah, so I ground up Egyptian Lotus. It's allegedly 23.74%. Fucks me up. I don't know. David, yes. Yeah, I wasn't sure, and so I went into like the not the BIOS, but you know how you can open up in is it GeForce or whatever, and it will tell you the diagnostics of your system and tell you every single thing that's in your computer right then. And I looked at them, and there's like 5 major parts in there that are 7 years old at least. Because this is the beast that runs Stream is only the second PC I've ever built. I've just been slowly replacing parts in and out of it for years. So it's like the first PC I built was 10 years ago, so it's about 7, 8. Yeah. Wow. She's done me good. I shouldn't be mad. That's an exceedingly long lifetime for a PC run as hard as I run that bitch. You know? Cheers. Where's my lighter? Tropical jelly runs. It's taking too long to smoke this ounce. Girl, you ground weed like 3 times yesterday. How is that even possible? Cheers. Fuck. Dramatic, that sucks. PT can't get it loose. Have you tried going to a sports massage therapist? I swear to you, they changed my life. Like altered my existence. And I don't go like I went 3 times, 4 times I think in a year. And I can put a bra on for the first time in my life without crying. Like seriously a sports massage therapist, a trained massage therapist who's not there to do like the woo-woos with warm rocks, but like is there to fuck up your back. They know their shit. I swear to God, I had this shoulder thing, and there was like I had to take like 2 weeks off stream because it was at a point where there was no comfortable position, sitting, standing, nothing. I was just crying to the point where I was finally like, I have to go to a massage therapist or something. And so I went to a massage therapist, and she dangled my arm off the table and started massaging this like muscle that's connected to your pec, or it is your pec right here. And I swear to God, it was like the nerve release, some nerve release happened. I didn't feel like a click or anything, but my whole body within a millisecond broke out in cold sweats. I could feel it dripping off my fingers. The relief that she was able to sustain, and I think it's because, like, we can realign bones, but if the muscles are fucked up, the muscles are going to push those bones out of realignment over and over and over again. And that's why people end up going to a chiropractor their whole life. And I don't want to go to a doctor my whole life. I just want to go once and be fixed. Like, I'm that person, and I had to go like 4 times. And she also taught me like stretches and stuff to maintain the looseness. But holy crap. I'm not like averse to being touched, but I'm not one to be excited to pay a stranger to touch me all over half naked. Not really my choice situation. So for me to go do something like that, that takes a lot of pain. Like, I was in so much pain. I couldn't breathe. And I remember when I was walking out of the appointment, I asked her if I could hug her because it's the first time I was able to pull a sports bra over my head without wincing and having a little cry to myself. It's insane. I mean, but I think there's all sorts of massage therapists out there. We have a few in the community who have actually talked about it, like the different specializations. And by woo woo, I mean relaxation. I call it the woo woo stuff, but there's definitely a purpose to that sort of massage therapy. But then there's massage therapy for people who have injuries. And that is very specific, where you go in and they're like, what part of your body hurts? That's where we're working today. They don't just, do an all over rub down with oil or whatever. It was amazing. Hold on. What I missed? I missed a chat. Hold on. Oh wait, I've had bad things like that happen. I'll take a breath and there's a sudden burning stab in your ribs. I wonder. Yeah, drink water. I wonder. Yeah, it's probably a muscle getting tied up. Ouch. Back problems are crap. They really are. Your back is everything. I've been having to go to the chiropractor again. My C4 is, God, that fucking sucks. C4, dude. That's the middle. It could be maybe good to look into building another system. They've done wonders with the power efficiency, so you could argue that you could save money by reducing the cost of owners. 100%. No, you're right. It would save me just mental capacity, the mental stress of just depending on the tools you need to work. Being able to depend on them and not like fuck with them every day. Thank you. Oh my God. Again, knock on wood. Dear wood fairies, don't jinx me. First day, nothing green has come out of me. Like, knock on the wood fairies. I know. I still blowing my nose like a ton, but no green, which means no infection. So that's just. Oh, thank you. No one wants to be sick. Being sick is the fucking worst. And poor Zach's brother's been here for the week, and the whole time he's here, I'm like staying 50 feet away from him, talking to him from across the house because who wants to be that jerk getting other people sick, right? Fuck that shit. Cheers to that. It's very exciting. I hate being sick. Seriously, Dramatic, look it up. See if you can find a massage therapist. You might even be able to ask your chiropractor. There are a lot of chiropractors who work in tandem with a massage therapist. Those are my favorite chiropractors because those are the kinds that are absolutely aiming to heal you and not just get you to come back every week. You know as well as I, there's a lot of scammy people out there that are like, yeah, we'll pop your back every week for the rest of your life. Please let us feed off of your insurance money. When they're working in tandem with a PT or a massage therapist, oftentimes it's like a whole body picture, and they actually are aiming to get you better so you don't have to come back anymore. That's best case scenario, right? Relaxing's over. I can't do that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. It's the C3, C4. It's the middle, dude. It sucks. A whole bunch of fat, big, meanie heads on the internet made me feel old today by pointing out that my favorite movie in the world is 40 years old today. Well, that's not very nice. Do we need to punch them? Yeah, exactly. Viata knows. Yep. It's the getting better, which is always like the weirdest part of being sick. But it's worth it. Sorry, we're stuck on an everlasting playlist of My Chemical Romance, which isn't a bad thing, but I like variety. I just put it on a different list. I was hungover once, woke up and drank some super cold Sunny D and gave my stomach and chest a brain freeze. Thought I was having a heart attack. Took about 2 weeks What? What does that even mean? The Breakfast Club is I don't know what to do. Help.
Did you take
Take
your
your
joy
joy.
today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
Your C2 through C6 are all fucked up in your neck. That just I mean, I feel like any part of your spine's gonna suck, but the neck I mean, I've had stiff neck when you can't turn a direction, you like gasp every time you turn left. Oh my god. Misery. The Breakfast Club truly is timeless, especially that speech at the end by what's his fuck, the little ginger kid, what's his name? It truly is. It hits on every level. Don't You Forget About Me. There's actually a really good mix of that song that came out recently, which I don't normally like, but it's a decent one. Take your joy, don't forget.
Squish that cat.
And squish your cat if they're okay. Young will be lumps together. I feel just very helpless. My computer's being a douche. My life blood is being a douche to me today, and I feel very attacked by it. 90s movies are getting 30 years old. Matrix 25, Gladiator. Gladiator's one of my favorite movies ever. We should stop talking about this. That makes me feel old. I was 14 that year. That was my pack, dude. You know what's sad? If I had to think of a movie that like most realistically portrayed my youth, probably be super bad. Yeah, definitely probably. I can't think of another like yeah, yeah. Probably just in terms of the realistic nature of it. Like that movie did a real good job at portraying how fucking idiotic the kids of my era were, and I felt like watching that movie was watching my high school kids. The kids I never hung out with, kids that went to parties and shit. I didn't do that shit. I can't think of another. I mean, no, that one it just did a good job of showing like I don't know that. I can't think of another one. What's another like high school? You know what's a really good show? Oh my god, if you haven't we were just joking about Pen 15 yesterday, but there's a show I wanna say it was on Hulu, I don't remember, but it was called Pen 15. I don't know if it's still going on, but it's, the 2 girls that are the main girls are quite literally the creators, directors, writers of all of it. It is still going? Okay. That show, have you watched it? Watching it, my jaw just drops. I mean, these girls are exactly my age, and it's like they must have fucking kept journals of exactly how we spoke and how we interacted with each other and how we spoke to our parents. I mean, it's just unfucking canny. It's almost painful how real it is. It's so good. Like that show, it's almost uncomfortable. Like it gives me that like uncanny, like you're getting it too on the nail. Like I feel like I'm in middle school again and I hate it. You must stop now. It's almost too close. Almost too close. That show is so good. Oh my god. I mean, good in like the wow. They fucking nailed it. I feel like American Pie, like, yeah, it was super popular when I was in high school. Napoleon Dynamite was probably the number one movie when I was in high school. I mean, there was a chance that if you walked into anyone's house at any given time, that movie was probably playing on a TV. It was just like in the background, but I didn't know anyone liked Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know. That was a different shell. I was just trying to think of one that was like like I feel like Breakfast Club for all the dramatics and all the, whatnot, it was still fairly realistic in its portrayal of the stereotypes and fashion changes, people change, the generations change, stereotypes are the exact same. You were what? A punk, a skid, a goth, and then you were an emo kid, and then you were a scene kid. It's all the same fucking thing. You're just the kid that's kind of probably has a bad home life. But they just get a new name. And I feel like that's why Breakfast Club really holds up because kids nowadays can watch it and identify with any of those characters. You know? I don't know. Is that just me? Reality. Oh, Empire Records. That's not really a high school movie though, is it? Are they in high school? Empire Records though. I think that's is it? Is that Jack Black's like first movie? Or maybe that was my first time ever seeing Jack Black ever? Clueless was great, but like, is Clueless realistic to anyone? I went to a school where the population of the high school was under 200 kids. So the idea of rich was like a non-factor. You had a four-wheeler. I mean, that meant you were rich. I don't know. That one, the one with Jack Black, I just blanked. St- help. Someone just Empire Records. Empire Records. Empire Records. Yeah, Empire Records. He plays one of the employees. Has he really? He was great. I mean, is great. Detroit Rock City. Okay, that's a good one too. No, David, you got me there. Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused is yeah. Oh man. Even though is that one's like placed like 70, late 70s, right? Ish. That one, like in terms of the creepy graduates that don't leave town and still come to all the high school parties, wow, way true for my town. Like I could name all the kids that were that guy. That's the great thing about high school girls. They stay the same age. I keep getting older, whatever the fuck he says. Lump, I listened to Lump this morning. Oh shit, I was gonna change the music. Thank you for reminding me, Aragon. I just want to put on a different list, just to more music. Yeah, they all stay the same age. That one, yeah. An ad for Nada? What is that? Exactly. Not exactly relate, but I feel like every kid I mean, I didn't ever relate like with Breakfast Club, especially Kendo, I never really specifically related to one person. I feel like I saw a little bit of every insecurity I had in each one of those characters, and I think that was the point of the movie was bringing those people together who were thought they were very different, but in fact they're not different at all. You know what I mean? And I think it really did a good job of that. It's one of the few that have done that well. Oh, I watched Degrassi. Growing up on the Canadian border, man, we had a lot of a real good, healthy mix of crossover shows. So I had a lot of Canadian TV growing up. We had Degrassi for sure. Empire Records is a great movie, Knives. You should watch it. It totally stands up. Would you guys say Empire Records stands up? It's not just me being nostalgic, right? Oh no shit, Jack Black was in High Fidelity? Also, Pitsy, why did you get an ad? You shouldn't have got an ad. I did pre-rolls and shit. The fuck? I'm sorry. Freaks and Geeks was great, but not very relatable. About drugs in high school, drugs, murder, mayhem. I mean, that's basically what high school feels like. No one wrote high school dramas about my actual school life. It was boring. I feel like mine was fucking chaotic. But I made it chaotic for myself. Like the moment I could get out of my house, I did everything in my power to be out of it as much as possible. Like I got a job before school, then a job after school, and then I'd go to my boyfriend's until 1 in the morning, go home, sleep for 6 hours, and repeat. I like did it to myself on purpose though, just to get the fuck out. Probably didn't need to be that way. I didn't need 2 high school jobs. Cheers. Oh, not here. Okay, I was gonna say the fuck. Okay. Okay, good. I was gonna get pissed. I was thinking Natto the fermented bean too. Get out of my head. I haven't seen High Fidelity in so many years. I'd have to rewatch it. I went to an upper middle class high school, public high school. The running joke was that you could tell which parking lot was the student lot because the cars were nicer. That's fucking fabulous. That's amazing. Truth though, I feel like my group were the kids in army surplus with a tip on their shoulder. Yep, absolutely same. Looking back on it, we were not as edgy in our general indifference as we thought. Looking back on it, it's so weird. The things that people considered edgy about, like, maybe the kids, or the group that I personally hung out with, the goths, I guess you would call. We didn't even know that word. We didn't know goth. It wasn't like I feel like those kind of words only come about right when that thing's about to end, and then it went into emo or whatever. Sorry, I was turning my heater on, it's cold. Um, but, like, when I, talk to my little sister and my sisters, they're all like, "Yeah, you were all, like, edgy and metal, you had, like, safety pins in your clothes." I'm like, "Oh, no, no, that was holding them together." "Oh, that was the edgy thing? Okay." Like, things like that that I just didn't, you know, have any like, things that I was just unaware, things that I didn't think I wasn't doing to be edgy. It was because my clothes were falling apart. It was like, if you're my age, it was the thing to have saggy jeans that, they had to lay on your shoe correctly, and if they laid on your shoe correctly, they inevitably laid under your heel and would shred to the point where mud water would just soak up the denim up to your ass crack all day. But, like, God forbid your denim hovered. Thing and then, inevitably, the denim would just dissolve, and you'd have to hold it together with safety pins. Completely. I was unaware. I feel like because I moved so much as a kid, I never really established, like, a friend group or anything like that. Like, we moved so constantly that by the time we landed in Eastern Washington, Kettle Falls, where I graduated, I was only there for high school, and I kinda just didn't I had already I guess, developed the mindset, like, there's no point in making friends. We're gonna move. We're gonna move, and by that point, it was like, I'm gonna graduate and leave this shit ass town, so, like, what's the point? So I just kind of associated with anyone that would talk to me, which, I mean, people that tend to look otherwise tend to really be desperate for friendship and will talk to you and are lonely, so I tended to be friends with those kind of people, and that got me pushed into a edgy crowd, I guess. But, really, I mean, it's funny because my mom would make comments like, "Yeah, those kids that walk around town in the middle of the night." That was me. She had no idea. She just was so fucking out of touch. And she had no idea that those kids walking around, it's because their parents were drunk as fuck, fighting, beating each other to death in their house, and the kids had nowhere else to go. It's just, the things that people were like, "Oh, they must be stalking the streets doing drugs." Or maybe mom and dad are having a bloody fist fight in the kitchen and they don't wanna watch it. Things that made us edgy, we weren't, you know, not necessarily doing to fucking be edgy, I guess, which made us edgy. Cops would stop, pull over all the time. "What are you kids doing?" Like, walking. What the fuck does it look like? I literally just can't afford a belt. Exactly. Literally, like, I can't afford it, or where am I gonna buy one in our instance? If you didn't have money to drive to Colville, which was 30 minutes up the road, we had a gas station. Gas station, church, tavern, and the schools. That was my town. And a lot of people literally couldn't afford that gas. So what the fuck are you gonna do? But it made us edgy, I guess. Sure. That's what makes me feel old as a mature student and is when my professors of mine say things like, "You guys won't remember 9/11." Shut up. They say that? That hurts my head. Yeah, look at that person. They're using duct tape on their shoes. Wow, they must be a skater. Dramonic, we used to do shit like that all the time. My nose ring, here's that with us. No shit. It was the night of my 14th birthday, I think, 13th or 14th birthday. And me and my friend Ray had just got home from snowboarding all day and we were like numb. And I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we just pierced our noses? And we both got these safety pins that were like fucking, I mean, the ridiculously big safety pin. Picked a pour. No shit. I just picked a pour and just started spinning the safety pin all night until like 4 in the morning. And one time it just went, I've had it ever since. I couldn't pay someone $60 at the mall to pierce my nose. That's a lot of money. Don't do that. Don't pierce yourself. It's so unsafe. You will get a disease and die. But the army surplus was everywhere. And that's the other thing. So, David, seriously, like, no shit, all of my dude friends wore army surplus, i.e., camo pants that were cut into cargo shorts or something. And then suddenly a metal band tee and cargo shorts became like a uniform. Almost. Not a uniform, but almost like a stereotype in itself, and it all came out of necessity. Like, the things that became, like, the edgy shit that went into the mall and whatever as clothes to buy was things that we were doing because that was what our dad like, we didn't have any pants, and our dad was like, "Well, here's some pants," so we cut off the bottom and put them on, you know? It's interesting when I look back on stuff like that, and I wonder if that's just how fashion works. I don't know. 'Cause I don't remember I've never been fashionable, like, let's be honest, I'm still wearing clothes from high school. I will never be fashionable, but I can't remember a point in time where it wasn't just, like, get myself covered appropriately, and if there's a hole, try to safety pin it closed somewhere. Like, hiling with friends and edgelord shit. See, I don't even think I mean, the edgiest shit I did was smoke cigarettes. Maybe listen to metal? I guess if that's edgy, was that edgy? We were so boring. Like, the jocks, all my teammates, because I also played sports because small school, they were the ones out drinking and getting pregnant and fucking, like, getting STDs and shit. All of them. Constantly. Like, I just don't know what made us edgy other than just not fall I think edgy is defined by not doing what the vast majority of people are doing. I think that's it. I think. I don't know. I've never felt edgy. I've never meant to be. I've never aimed for it or whatever the fuck. But I definitely had all those little labels all my life. The amount of shit I didn't know was wrong with how I dressed until it was a point of bullying, I got so bullied. Lizzie, I cannot tell you. I have I actually have like a thing now where I can't wear any sort of pants if they touch my ankle. They have to be longer than my ankle bone or above my ankle bone. They cannot be on my ankle bone. I cannot wear them. I'm so because I was a tall kid, my mom would buy pants for me and then hem them, and she always hemmed them a little bit too short and they would hover. And I was just like, what a weird thing for kids to bully you for. I'm not fucking with you when I say for years, relentlessly taunted for this. It's so weird. What a weird thing. And it literally gave me like a tick. I'm glad I'm not alone, but what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't know. I don't understand it. That's so interesting. Like all good Catholics, literally, Vex, we were just talking about this the other day, but to this day, because of like that cover yourself up thing, I still like I'm uncomfortable going out in public in a tank top. I feel like for society's benefit, I need to wear a t-shirt. To the like in the summer, I will have these thoughts every day. I'll be like, "Wow, it's 120 degrees out." But like tank top, I barely have boobs. Let's be real. So like what am I revealing? My fucking bingo wing? No clue. It's all, I think it's literally from like high school and shit where we couldn't wear anything that didn't go to here because God forbid we distracted a boy. Jesus fucking Christ. Ooh, happy 420. Cheers. The hovering over the ankle boy is like the rude boy skinhead look. Yes. Yep. Yeah, when you're in a small town country school wearing all black clothes and Converse, you're edgy. Yeah, that was it, I guess. That was literally it. That must have been it. And there was so few, but literally, I mean, I don't say that to justify the way we looked or the way we dressed. Every single one of my friends had the fucking, their parents should have had talkings with. You know, they were the parents that when I was a kid, it was like awesome to hang out there because they let us drink and they'd give us cigarettes. And as an adult, I look at that and I'm like, they were cooking meth in the basement. Like 100% of the time. I don't know if it's valid all the time, but in my town, kids holding their clothes together with safety pins aren't doing good. Talk to them. I mean, there was no one talking to them. They just all assumed we were all on drugs. I wasn't on drugs. I didn't do any drugs until I was in fucking college. I was in major meth country. Well, I mean, when I was in high school, it was kind of Meth is still terrible, but on the West Coast, I think it was one of the major like peaks of the meth epidemic, like late 90s, early 2000s. Was that I want to say that was a pretty distinct era for meth being really, really. I mean, I had multiple siblings on meth at certain points. Terrible. Um, but yeah, many of my friends' parents were caught at one point, or their house exploded from their meth lab, which is sick. I was referring more to the jocks going out and getting drunk and having kids when they're still kids. Well, I mean, they if they didn't do that, they about did that. And I don't say this as a judgment or anything. It is very interesting. I went to a very small school. My graduating class was like 30-ish kids, and 15 of them were in the alternative school cuz they had babies. Um very very small school, but big enough to have cliques. Like there was definitely kind of kids that wore like Abercrombie and shit and the rest of us who did not. Um and if they didn't get preggers in high school, I'm not exaggerating when I say they got married to their high school sweetheart and got preggers right after, like straight the fuck out. I only know this because Facebook and shit, and it was baffling. Like I was an 18-year-old struggling through calculus, and they were fucking giving birth to their second child. It's just a culture that's I think it's the only way towns like a town I grew up in even maintain any sort of population is there's a culture of just staying and not leaving. And there's no industry, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing. There's Boise, which is like a lumber industry on the river, and that's it. Otherwise, you work at a gas station, or you work at the church, or you work at one of the schools. Like it's teachers. All of my friends had a teacher parent. I swear to God, it was crazy. Like that's it. I don't know what the fuck what they do to stay. Like you guys know, I've told you, my dad traveled for work, so he just had like a camper he dragged around his truck, and he'd travel all over his state. My mom would work in Seattle for 10 days, come home for 6. Seattle 10, come home for 6, because there's no hospital. The nearest hospital is Spokane, and that's 2 hours from our house. It's crazy. What's the word? Cut off. Like by the time Evanescence was working on their second album, I was just hearing Immortal for the first time. Like, and it's just so weird looking back on it now. And I've been out of it longer than I was in it now, but it's interesting. Ro just gifted a sub to fucking LZT for 66 subs.
That's a nice number, Hail Satan. Use a belt wizard, baby, go forth. I appreciate you, love. LZT's.
My age exactly. Don't let him lie. See, you want to know what's crazy about Dare? I missed it 100%. I have never attended nor seen a Dare assembly or anything simply because my parents fucking moved so much. It was hilarious, actually, at a certain point. And we've joked about it, considering the vast majority of my siblings have been on some sort of illicit substance at one time. We just missed it. We moved. My parents, not for any reason, honestly. My mom just was always, she moved a lot. I don't know. She'd move us every like 2 to 3 years or something like that, and we just every time we'd like hear Dare was about to come to the school, we'd fucking move. I've never seen Dare. We got one like anti-drug assembly or whatever. I've told you guys about this one. It was in high school, and just to preface, I used to go to lunch with a group of girls on my softball team, and we would smoke marijuana out of a Diet Coke can every day at lunch and come back because our softball coach was also the teacher for the class the next period. So, like, we didn't give any fucks. So we come back from lunch, rocked out of our minds, and it's a goddamn drug assembly we have to go to. And they were like, if you sign this clipboard promising to never do drugs, you can have a free pencil. And you know what? I really fucking needed a pencil. Marijuana, I know. Hold on, I missed some chat. I was blabbering. It's so funny the long, flared pants that touch the ground are back in fashion. I know. It's actually kind of infuriating to me. I see kids who has a whole puddle sucked up. They're their pant legs, nah. Oh my god, they're letting them drag on the ground too. Stop it. The whole thing's coming back. You would think, oh my god, okay, I can't be alone in this, David. You would think by the year 2024 that bringing the fashion back, we would have improved upon it. What? You know, like we have new fibers, we have new ways of making clothes, like maybe cut the bottoms of jeans different. Wow. Okay. Crazy. They're still dragging. All right. I guess it's just the look. Yeah, I think of it like when I was like in I want to say middle school, high school, like early high school, probably high school too. I don't know. I'm out too long. I don't remember anymore. The super the in style of hair was the fucking just ironed fucking almost like pointy stick straight to your head hair, and you borderline had a mullet haircut, so your hair would almost create like this around your face. That was the thing. And when we started asking for a straightening iron, the clampy ones, my mom was like, you know, when I was in high school, we used to lay our hair on an ironing board and iron it with an iron. And I was like, no fucking way would I do that. Because now we have something better to accomplish the same effect. So I would assume, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not, you know. I lied! Ethan, my birthday was the 3rd. Thank you for the happy belated. I can't believe you remembered it. Jesus. I keep that shit pretty tight under wraps, bro. I'm impressed with your memory. That recall is incredible. I'm not, so my computer's blue screened a total of 5 times today, so I'm just not playing any videos or anything. We're just gonna play games after we get high and hang. I don't know what's going on. The 3rd time it blue screened, I swear I smelled smoke, but I don't now. So I'm just leaving it. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying not to think about it. I'm just praying to God it's okay. Please, Satan. Fashion? I don't know. I've never been of the financial status to be fashionable. But if it's fashion, probably a picture I could open. Because like my gaming PC, I can open shit and we can look at it together there, but I can't play audio from anything other than like a game because the black magic doesn't work for this bitch. And I don't want to get the stream canceled for music. Who's wrecking what now? Me? Everything. What? What's up? You're not wrong. I've done a lot of my own piercings, actually. I was a very dumb child. Almost all of my like, half the reason I gauged my first earring hole is the 4 going up up the side of my ear are crooked. And that bottom one really showed how crooked they are. So one day I was like, now you can't tell, but I've put like rings in that are permanent. Like that guy. So it's just a ring that goes in sideways, but it goes through 2 holes. And it like lines those 2 holes up so you can't tell. They're super crooked because Katie pierced all her own stuff. The only shit I pay people to pierce is like nipple, anything that wasn't just, you know, an earring, whatever. Who didn't pierce their own ears? Come on, apple slice and a needle with your girlfriends in the middle of the night. We used to pierce ourselves on lunch in high school. All the time. But yeah, if it came to like a body part that wasn't an ear, this one I probably shouldn't have done. I swear to God, I did this and immediately read about that nerve down your face that can die if you pierce wrong. Don't pierce your own cartilage areas. But this stuff, I don't know. People have been doing that for eons. Like, we haven't fucked ourselves yet. Thank you, Kendo. There's something about symmetry fucks with me hard. Really hard. And when I can see that the holes weren't aligned, I was like... Like, there's nothing you can do other than put an earring in and line them up. So I just did that. But seriously, when I was a kid, the only option to get piercings was Claire's and that gun. And my mom and I would say 2/3 of my family being medical, there was no fucking way we were going to get allowed to go in and let some teenager shoot us in the head with a gun that has an earring in it. Because I'm so sorry. There's no fucking way any of that's sanitary. Don't do that. But that was the only option. So my mom was like, we're not doing that. And I was like, well, I guess I'm staying up till 1 a.m. when I know you're asleep and finding one of your sewing needles then. Because I was a little shit. I do. Those sound delicious. Silver. Oh my god, Vex. I mean, does she know your birthday date? Because you can. I mean, it's like one of those instances where, like, if it's the week of your birthday, I excuse people faking their birthday at restaurants for free cake all the days. There's no way you can do it all in one day. If you are so inclined, you get a week to play your birthday up, in my opinion. I don't say no to people the day after their birthday. Are you kidding me? What if their birthday's on a Monday? What if their birthday is on a Sunday when Katie's computer blue screens all morning and she can't go live till 1 p.m. and is having a night stream and they don't get to come say hi and they have to come back on Tuesday and they're like, my birthday was on Sunday. What happened to your PC? Am I going to be like, I blue screened. Fuck yourself.
Probably. Yeah, I would do that, probably. No,
Come on. We still haven't made pants that fit people. Fuck you. God damn it, David. You're bringing up the way obvious. I should have thought of that. I haven't owned denim in so many years because it just doesn't fit. I mean, you're right. You know what? Another story my mom told me. She used to tell it because, 70s fashion allegedly, even though they were hippies, it was still horrible. She said that they would wear bell bottom jeans and that were high waisted because there was no such thing as not high waisted. But it was the true denim. And there's a lot of you out there that might be able to identify with this. The true denim, like no stretch, like no give, like denim. It lasts forever, which is great. But she said they would literally have to lay down flat on a linoleum floor and have someone lay, like almost like stuffing a sleeping bag back in its bag. Someone else would like push on their stomach while someone else raked the zipper up their womb sack. And like, God forbid you got skin stuck in that zipper. It dies, now it lives there. And then you basically just, it was like a half corset. Like from belly button down, you were just like, ugh. Horrible. It's fucking wild. I know. She said this was normal. My mom's 70. I believe it. When have we all not? I mean, fuck, the era of pants so big they had to hang below your butt cheeks and show your boxers. What the fuck? What a fucking horrifically annoying trend. It's almost as bad as low-rise jeans that are true denim and go below your butt crack every time you breathe wrong. It's just like fashion that is non-functional. At least corsets were functional, for fuck's sake. Denim. Oh my god, that's really good. Stop it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. My experience getting my first piercing. Oh, and the gun. Is it bad? I fucking knew it was gonna get stuck. I'm sorry, I just need a minute. Would you like to know how many children have come through the ER under my care with a fucking piercing gun stuck in their head? Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. I don't know anymore. That's how many piercing guns I've had to pull out of children's faces. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was hanging. I have gauges and this is giving me hold on, I have to read it. It's watching children in pain when their parents are being, like, seriously, children come into the ER with these guns stuck in their ear and the parents will be half laughing. And I just want to smack them so hard. I'm like, this is your fault. There is no excuse to go to Claire's anymore. Are you fucking kidding me? I guarantee within 2 feet of a Claire's, there's probably a Safari, whatever, a Silver Safari, or some other place with a trained professional who will pierce your child appropriately. Are you fucking with me? They got it off. They pulled it off of you. I'm sorry. My experience getting my first piercings in the gun. Finally got the courage when I was 10 years old. We went to Piercing Pagoda in the mall. I know that pagoda. The gun got, it's giving me, the gun got stuck on the earring after shooting it into my ear on both ears. How did it get worse? My dad almost jumped the counter and killed the person. I mean, are you fucking with? Here's the thing. They don't sanitize the gun. They put in like a sterile cartridge that plugs that earring in. But those earrings, and you know this because you had it done, but if you've never had one of these gun earrings done, the earring that they put in is just like your like everyday stud with that like what is the back called with the I don't know what the back is called. I have no idea. The little back thing. But the earring peg itself is what would you say? What's the word for it? It's like it's got divots in it. It's a Clussy. It's a Clussy. It's got like divots. The actual peg of the earring has indents, divots in it, and also has a needle point on one side. Is a nail. It is a nail. You're not wrong. It's a nail with a fake diamond on it. And so once the gun clicks it into the back piece, the only way, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, even if it goes well, you still have to like kind of rake that post, the earring post, that's what it's called, right? The back, that post off of all those divots, right? And then yank that nail through your ear. And that's aside from the fact that it's a closed environment now that you can't move or clean appropriately in any way, shape, or form. And it's got all nooks and crannies for dead skin and blood and refuse to climb into and bacteria to grow and more likely to get an infection and get keloids and shit. Like it shouldn't be legal. It's so fucking gross. Yeah, it's literally a nail. Dude, Eric, and fuck yes. This is definitely why people have trust issues. You are not wrong. Just go to like a tattoo parlor that says they do piercing as well. An actual piercing studio. I swear to God, it's night and day. It's just you're dealing with someone who does this as a profession and who actually cares about your piercing versus someone who sells jewelry to children and has to do this for minimum wage with a gun. Ugh. You got a kilo? No shit. I had a friend. She had, I mean, I'm not kidding you. The keloid pushed her ear away from her head. That's how big it was on the back of her head from that. It was what happened to her was because it's like, I wish I could think of the term for it, but it's basically the nail, the post part that the back slides onto has like grooves in it so that back part gets stuck and doesn't come off while you're sleeping or whatever. It got sucked into her ear. Like her ear tried healing around it because the gun pinches it onto your ear. And if the back part settles into the tightest groove, I don't even know what the fuck you do. I guess you rake it the fuck out or you leave it, but they left it on her. So it was pinching her earlobe. So, you know, your ear swells because it's been harmed and blood circulates and it ate the back. And so her ear created like, it looked like a mushroom. Like her keloid scarring looked so bad. It was like one of those puff mushrooms you find in the forest, but growing off the back of her ear. And the killer with keloids, if you're unaware of what a keloid is, this is a unique type of scarring. Keloid scarring feeds upon scarring, so you can't get it removed. It will just come back bigger, worse, and more prolific. It's horrible. Some people, we call them keloid farmers. It's really hard to do surgery on them because anything that happens to them, they're going to accumulate vast majority of scar tissue that are going to, you know, impede healing and movement and maybe restrict breathing or something like that, something horrible. So if you know you're a keloid person or if you heavily scar, like if you get thick, hard scars that never go away, like you've had them for 40 years plus, if you ever have to go into surgery, talk to your doctor about it. It's a good thing to bring up. You never know. I wear a piercing earring in the cartilage piercing. I filed the point off. Good for you. That's smart, actually. That's smart. No shit. All 6 were done with the gun. Never had an issue. You are so lucky, and I'm very happy for you. I absolutely appreciate and recognize that I have the worst. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, working in the emergency room, that's where you're gonna go if you get an earring gun stuck in your head, right? So, of course, now I'm gonna associate every fucking earring gun with them getting stuck in kids' heads. I don't know how to I have, like, that cynicism on me where I'm like, "Oh, man, if that's possible, I'm not gonna fucking do that." And then when once we get it out of the kids' ears and shit, I've fucked with the posts and stuff, and it just seems like real question, is it horrible to get out? Like, yanking the back of it through all those grooves, through, like, I imagine you just leave it till it's, like, so fucking healed it doesn't matter anymore. I'm sorry I keep rubbing my ears, it's giving me anxiety. It feels like a fish hook in your ear. I don't know. I've never been pierced with anything but other than, like, a smooth like, a barbell or something that you can just, like, move. Just the idea of having something kinda stuck. I have a lot of piercings, it makes my skin crawl, it's weird. You have a little sphere in your earlobe? I wonder if it's like a clogged pore or something. Oh, you got a keloid on your belly button? No. Oh god, my dad's friend who was a piercer but didn't do mine, told me how to make it go away. Oh, nice. Oh, thank fuck, at least you had a resource. Way back when PCBs would do ear piercings in the office? Mine didn't hurt when I took them out, but I took care of mine daily, good. That's probably the key to it. The ones that we always see in the ER that, like, are infected or eating it's little kid it's usually people going and getting them done to babies or little kids, and in my opinion, which doesn't matter at all, because I don't have kids and I don't matter, but, like, if your kid is of the age where they probably aren't responsible enough to remember to brush their teeth every day, they're not gonna remember to clean a wound every day, and that is your responsibility as a parent, right? I don't know. I would never shame anybody, like, shit happens. As a 3-year-old, I put Barbie earrings in my nose and had to go to the ER and have them taken out with pliers. Kids are stupid. That was no fault of my parents whatsoever. They got me a Barbie, and I found the earrings. I don't think since that point I think a lot of kids might have done fucked up shit with the earrings that you could remove out of Barbies because they don't have those anymore. I've never seen a Barbie with removable earrings since then because I think maybe kids stuck them up their nose or whatever. No shame, parents would take their babies for ear piercing in the doctor's office. Honestly, I'd rather do that than the Claire's gun. Dude, Dramonic, you're gonna be fine. I mean, it's like Dawn said, 99.9% of people, let's let's be real. I am shaming Claire's right after telling you I pierced my own ears with my mom's sewing needles and or a safety pin and a chunk of apple in my basement. Yeah, all the piercings I currently have in that are functional, I did. I am no one to look up to. The apple, so it's in place, it's essentially just to hold it's something for the needle to go through so it doesn't go into your head or the person's hand or your neck. A lot of people will use cork, a piece of cork or something. You stick the apple behind your ear and it's to hold your lobe straight like this. So the needle goes into something as opposed to you or a finger. Yeah, backstop. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We always use an apple because it was just at at our behest, but you could really use probably a cork or something. Don't do it. Go pay a piercer. They're professionally trained. You don't want infections. Yeah, I was trying to think. I think I was like 12 or 13 when I got my first earring, which is now this blown out shit right here. Good song. It is. Well, I mean, it's stuff that's good to talk about, honestly. Maybe it'll make people more comfortable. Ice cube needle potato. Thank you. I was trying to think. There's another very common fruit vegetable product that people use to pierce their ears and shit. Potato. Yep. We never had to do the ice, and again, don't be me, but one of the perks to having a medical parent is that we had the medicine cupboard from hell, and by that I mean it was amazing. I'm a respiratory therapist myself, so I know this is actually fact. My mom wasn't stealing things. You just go home with shit in your pockets all day. Like, you fill up with all the things you're gonna need, and then you end up going home with just it's just superfluous crap. So we had this medicine cupboard that was full of, like, syringe needles and, uh, what's the numbing gel? I just blanked on it. I tried to say Neosporin, now my brain's stuck on it. No. Lidocaine, yep. She would have these, like, they were like like a ketchup packet, but they were all, like, stuck together ketchup packets of lidocaine, And so we just sneak upstairs, grab some lidocaine and a syringe needle, and go downstairs. We'd have our iodine. I mean, it was the most, like, probably the cleanest you could self-pierce. Don't do that. You'll be crooked. Affection aside, you will have crooked ear piercings and you won't like them later in life, and you'll have to stick some weird hoop in that blows out your earlobe to make everything look okay. Don't do that. But yeah, we just had the lidocaine and shit. It was bad. Don't do that. Seriously, I say it smiling because we're lucky we didn't get an infection. I mean, you guys heard about that kid in Idaho. What was it, like 20 years ago? He got gangrene from a basketball hoop on his lip, lost half his face and an eyeball. Don't fuck around with infection. I laugh out of anxiousness that I'm alive. Dawn, same. Piercing needles don't scare me either, though, which is weird. It's only syringe needles. And it's like straight up, I hate even admitting it because it makes me feel like a baby, but it's like phobia level. If I, like all my fucking vaccinations and shit, I have to tell them, hey, if I pass out or look like I'm gonna faint a little, or if I faint a little, don't freak out. It has nothing to do with this. I have a weird phobia that makes me do this. Ever since I was like, before I can remember, I just like panic. And for a syringe needle, though, it has to be an injection. And to that, I think it's maybe not the needle, it's the idea of the injection itself. I can't even watch it on TV, but I could work in a hospital and do it myself. Brains are so weird. The way we can compartmentalize trauma to do what you gotta do, wild. Like, I seriously was so nervous when I went into medicine because I was like, I'm gonna have to at least watch IVs laid. And the first time I watched one, I was like, don't faint. Oh, that's cool. Because it's not a needle, it's a sharp piece of plastic. I don't think it's the needle. It's so weird. Yep, Kozu, you get it. I literally just the other day, I was just cleaning up the guest bedroom for Zach's brother, and I found a box of paint, like oil paints, and then a vent strap. Like the strap that holds the tube where we want it to be on your mouth. Just in its packaging, pristine, sterile, just in a box of paint. I've been finding these things for years, and I think I will for years, because you just come home with all of it. Once you've checked it out of the system, it's paid for and gone. Patients do not pay for this shit. This is all on hospital. They don't let us take handfuls of things that go to patients' costs. Don't worry. But yeah, ABG kits. That's another one I find all over the place. Just a perfect kit of everything I need to do in arterial blood gas. Not that I could even do anything with the blood, but I've got it all. But yeah, tattoo needles never freaked me out. I mean, they hurt. Like, tattoos aren't fun. I'm covered in them. Regardless, they don't scare me at all. Like, I got my first tattoo when I was 17. Yeah, my mom signed for it. She was like, if I let you get one tattoo, you'll never want one ever again. Whoops. But I remember being nervous because I knew I had this needle thing. I didn't know, like, if it was a phobia or anything, but I knew I freaked out around needles. And I went and got it, and I was like, oh, no, that's fine. I feel like I wasn't scared of it at all. It hurt. It was on my fucking hip bone. I got a rose on my hip. Who didn't? Yeah, it didn't hurt at all. I mean, it didn't scare me at all, but it hurt. Sorry, backwards talk. Weird. I think it's just injection. And I point to my arm because this is where they always do things. But this is what freaks me out. You know what, Erican? Yes, they do. But I feel like there's a way, I don't know. There has to be a way to do them that's painless, or at least as painless as possible. Because I've had so many compliments from patients of mine saying, oh my God, that was the most painless ABG I've ever had done. And I don't know what it is. We all do it the same, which is terrible. The terrible way, which I'm sure you're aware. But I've had so many compliments on my ABG taking skills. I don't know. But we do them to each other in school, and yeah, they're terrible. No, getting blood drawn doesn't freak me out. Again, it's not a needle. It's like that little butterfly guy, but they don't really I can't donate blood, so I don't get to do it unless I get a job in a hospital. They don't like my blood because I get tattoos too often or whatever. Hi, Chesh, my love. How are you? I self-pierced too with syringe needles. Yeah, hindsight wasn't the best thing to do. I did also puncture a weird spot in my earlobe that was bleeding profusely. Like it felt like a river flowing out of my ear for 3 days at random intervals. Yeah. You know what's funny? The only time I've ever had that done with a piercing was paying someone professionally. And it was this ring. Is it in this one? Yeah, this guy. What is this? It's that piercing that some people say is supposed to help with migraines. It doesn't. This one. Eighth? Is it a date? I don't even know if you can see it. It's so small. It's right there. It's not industrial, I think, goes through right here. This guy, it's like I can point to it on this here. It's going through this. It goes through this chunk right here, whatever that is. Right? Yeah. That river of blood filled my ear. Filled my ear. Didn't hurt any. I mean, actually, it didn't hurt at all. Like, I don't remember. I mean, I felt a pinch, but I was like, oh, this is easy. Nothing. But that was at a professional piercing studio. River. It was so much blood. No shit, Dawn. Do you so if you have a lot of tattoos, just curious, where would you say your most painful one is? Because my most painful tattoo area has shocked me. It is the Dave. Oh, I remembered it. Did it eliminate migraines for you? Because like I still get headaches. I didn't get it for that, but they told me about it. None of them. Seriously? Okay. So my arm tattoos, I could have slept through. I would say both this one and all of this, I could have borderline napped, other than where she scrubbed white ink in, because I'm really like yellow, and so that's a diamond with pearls around it. She's the white, a lot of like. However, this little guy right here on that fucking bone, that curl, just that little filigree curl right there, I feel like that was 4 hours of a 13-hour tattoo right there. Just that curl. That was 4 hours of a 13-hour tattoo. If I wasn't on camera being filmed, I think I might have wept. Holy ow. And then the other, my butt cheek crease. Butt cheek crease. Like, quite literally, where your butt cheek meets your thigh. I almost tapped out. I have never tapped out of a tattoo. I have my entire side tattooed completely up and down my ribs, under my boob. None of that fazed me. Just butt cheek crease. Absolutely not. He finished it, so I'd never have to do that again. But I was so close to literally tapping out. I've never tapped out of a session. I usually go until the tattoo artist says I'm done. Almost. I was so fucking close. That was horrific. Dread, what's your question? Let's go. Issues with all needles, though, IVs are awful. When you have putting them in or attempting to get one in 5 to 6 attempts later. You've heard me say this, Donna. I know you have, but like for anyone out there who is looking into going to be a nurse or a respiratory therapist or anybody who's going to handle needles on another body, I don't know why this isn't being taught anymore, because all of you have told me this way too many times. If you try 3 times and you fail, you're done. You go find someone else. You suck your fucking shame up, you tuck your tail up your asshole, and you find someone else. It's not your day. You're hurting people. And if you can't get it on try 2 and you can't figure out why, probably don't try 3. You're putting holes into someone's artery. Stop. I can't. These are like fun to fucking mentals that fucking infuriate me. They're not, this isn't superfluous information. This is fundamental shit. Literally, anytime a needle is breaching the dermis and going into an artery, it's actually considered surgery. You need a very specific license and a certain dollar amount of liability over your head. Because if I do anything with that needle before I go into your artery, I could introduce anything to you and kill you. It's horrific. It's a huge responsibility. It's not to be taken lightly by any means. What the fuck? Or people that put the needle in and then only pull it out a little and redirect it, stab it in more, take it out a little, redirect. They're like fucking fish. No. If someone does that to you, you absolutely have respiratory right. Nope. I know you're not allowed to do that. I know that's bad for me. Stop it. Those needle tips are beveled. They can literally slice your artery. It is the most razor sharp, ridiculous bevel edge ever. And swishing that around vessels? What the fuck? Hey, Bubba. I'm not yelling at you. You're a sweet boy and I love you. Yeah, hit it or fucking get away. Seriously. Hello. You guys can come say hi. Hi, bud. I know you've had a boyfriend, so you haven't wanted to come say hi. I get it. Freddie is such a fucking sweetheart, by the way. His dad leaves really early in the morning to go do his sports stuff, and he comes and crawls into bed with me, and we kiss. You want to come say hi, Freddie? You big lion? He's so sweet. Look at that hairy fuck. And look at Bill. We've made so much progress. She literally hasn't crawled at him more than like 3 times today. They were hanging out together in the yard earlier. It's a really big deal. But you're such a sweet boy. You are. He really is. He's just the sweetest little fuzzball. You're both sweet. Yeah. Oh, that went in my mouth, bud. He's just like you. That's why we love him. He's just like you. Yeah. My boys. 3 poodles is too much, though. Dude, rage. Have you seen this? This is Zach's little brother's poodle, Freddie Furcury. And he's majestic as fuck. He literally looks like Chewbacca. I have sang that song to him so many times at this point. Chewbacca! What a Wookiee! He's so I know. Look at him. Look at that. Look at that. Those. And oh my, I have to get. What time is it? You know what? If I take a break right now, I might be able to actually achieve what I want immediately. Zach has the photos. This dog rides on a moped with his owner. And he wears goggles. Willingly. He loves them. This is why his hair looks like this. It's permanently windblown. They live in LA, so they ride around on a moped together and he wears fucking goggles. I love him. He is. And his fur is so soft. And he's so snuggly. It's another Trick. He literally is just like Trick. He's so just sweet and dopey. I watch them just palling around the yard together. It's pretty precious. Lil's a perfect precious queen and we love her. She's just kind of a cunt. But she's literally laying on my feet right now. No reaction. She's doing so much better. That being said, we've definitely worked really hard on it, huh, bud? Yeah. But she's accepting that Freddy's the most harmless thing that could ever happen in her environment right now. This is all he does all day. He just kind of walks around and sniffs. Check stuff out. He's so cute. I love him. Rolly veins are honestly my least favorite veins in the whole world. Or I would say arteries. I don't really fuck around with veins. I have no interest in your non-oxygenated blood, but your oxygenated blood I want. But usually your arteries tend to be rolly as well if your veins are rolly. They're the worst. I literally have to pin your vein between my fingernails and go in like this, and it tends to hurt worse. It sucks. I'm going to take a quick break and see if I can fetch that photo from Zach really quick and show you guys, because, I mean, it's worth it. It's so fucking cute. And then maybe we can jump into the game or something. You guys, these guys. It's poodle party and I love it. Bill, my girl. You're doing so much better, Bill. Come here. You're being such a good girl today. You really are. I feel like you're putting in a lot of hard work towards not being such a cunt, and I'm really proud of you. You might just be exhausted, but I'm really proud of you. You're being really nice. She's trying her bestest. Rodney! Oh my god, we were just showing off the poodle party. I was literally just going to take a break really quick. I just want to go ask Zach for a photo I know he has. Really, really quick, but I will be right the fuck back. Hey, Rod, entertain. Just kidding. Get up and go get some water. I will be right the fuck back. I want to go get this picture. Because the picture of him with the goggles is everything. I know he looks bigger until you feel him, but he has the body like Trick. Like he has that boy, like she's like skinny, you know, and she's got all this skin. He's like solid. Like Trick for some reason. Like they're built like a tank. I don't know, but look at that. I love him so much. He's super huggable. He's just like these guys. Like he'll let you just fuck with him. He's just a sweetheart. Look at that face. He's what a Wookiee. Freddie, you're perfect. Did you know? Yeah, I think I did. He's so cute. All right, we'll go outside. Be right back. I'm gonna go fetch that picture. Peace, beautiful George. Dude, I just have to say, like, seriously, you guys saw it a couple days ago. The dog, like, introducing another big dog into the pack. It's always gonna be a transition, right? And it was rough. And like Bill was kind of being a cunt, and she was trying to like be like ownery, like trying to own me and the growling at Freddie every time he came near. She was like trying to protect, like guard me or some shit. They all three poodles, I just watched them run the yard together. They did the entire track, like a little pack together. Together. She didn't bark. No one barked. No one growled. They were all in unison. And then he licked her face and she didn't react. I think she's accepted him. It just, if you don't have dogs or you've never had to deal with that before, the stress of like, what if they hate each other? It's just, I know. It makes me so happy. Mel, thank you for subbing the class, keeping the classy alive and giving it swings for 39 fucking months in a row.
That is so long and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Hello, you are so cute, bud. You were just a floof. I got the video, by the way. I don't have Discord on my computer yet because it crashed all day. I did not download anything, big shocker. But I have it on my phone. Hold on. I don't know if it has sound. I don't think so. But this is Freddie in his, oh man, it's so small and stupid. Why does it look so small? That's him in his goggles. That's him. He's just so fucking cute. I'm sorry, this is the only way we can see it right now. Yeah. This is them in their car, but he does ride a moped with him, and I've seen pictures of that. He's just, I know, you want to know what's he has an electric car. Crazy. He only had a moped the last time we saw him. This is new. But last night he was like, "Hey, where can I plug my car in?" And my brain literally was like, "What? Oh, LA." We had to fish a fucking cord out his window all night because we don't have any external outlets. Charge his damn car. I know. We've seen the pictures on the moped. I have. Like, I just don't know where they are. And Zach has to do his RP show, so he had to go. That was what he had on the fly. That one's cute as fuck. But I've seen the pictures. I know he's done it. He's super fucking cute. I don't think I could put goggles on my dogs if I wanted to. This is what he does all day. His dad left out that door. He hates it. He just lays on that little slice of linoleum waiting. I think this is the last day, bud. I don't know. I think you get your dad back. I'm sorry. I love you. You're so cute. He does. He really loves his dad. Oh my God. It's so funny because, Trick whines. If either of us leave the house, he wanders the house just doing this like really pathetic, like, like panicky wheeze. Lilith has never done it. And I was like, maybe I think it's boys. I don't know. Because this fucker does it. And he stands at the back gate and just makes these sad, muffled little whimpers. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm loading a bowl right now. 9 minutes to 4:20. Thank you. Donna, I don't know. I don't even know what kind of car it is. I'll have to look at it when he comes home tonight and see. Is it different? I think he got a newer one, but I don't know if I don't think it's a Tesla. I have no idea what he got, if that even matters. But that's I don't know. Does anybody have an electric car? Like, does it significantly impact your life on your electric bill to charge your car? Never really thought about it. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Now I'm curious. That'll be really cool. That'll be cool. I mean, we wouldn't care, obviously. Like, anybody I care about can fucking charge their car at my house. Like, I don't give a fuck. But I am curious to see, like, what kind of, like, how, I don't even know how long it charges for or anything like that. I have no idea. Really, just a couple bucks. That's the thing. Like, we already have a relatively, like, higher than average because 2 streamers running 6 PCs for 8 hours at a time all day. or 6 PCs, excuse me, 4 PCs, 6 monitors, all that, it's a lot. So our electricity bill's already a little pushing it, but, like, I'm curious. Just curious. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. The worst shocker bill, this is a good question. Tell me while I change category and set up the game, what's the worst, if you've ever had one, the worst, like, I feel like everybody's had this moment where you get a bill and you're like, "I can't pay that. How did that happen?" Moments? For instance, it happened at my old hospital. Someone cracked a helium tank. We do a therapy called Heliox. We titrate helium through a ventilator with oxygen, and it can help. It's like a Hail Mary on people that are really sick. Anyways, we have helium sometimes, but helium, as you guys know, limited resource, excessively expensive. And someone cracked the tank, used a little bit, and closed it, but didn't close it all the way, like super fucking tight. And it leaked just enough for, like, I want to say it leaked for a week, and it was upwards of $47,000 bill that our hospital incurred for unused, just leaking Heliox. That was the worst unpersonal bill I've ever seen in my life. Like, come through and everybody's just like, "What do we do? They're gonna file respiratory." Like, they're gonna not have respiratory anymore. Like, what do we do? That was terrifying. Worst personal bill I've ever gotten was, this probably happened. I don't even know if this happens anymore because we're so international at this point. But back when cell phone, I'm not that old, but it was pre-iPhone era. I had my little blackjack, my little blackjack phone. It was pre that era, but I went to college on the border of Canada. Like, I went to college literally 15 minutes from the Canadian border. So all the house parties I went to and everything I did was like on the border of Canada. And you could watch, like, remember the little digital screen of your phone when it actually had like number keys and shit, and it would say like AT&T at the top of your little digital screen. And if you went somewhere, it would change to whatever it jumped to, the new server. No, not right now. You've been quiet all day. Seriously, quiet all day. Anyways, if you got too close to the border, but not, there was no, like, it was basically like, just stay the fuck away from the border or turn your phone off. Because I don't know what this was. I don't even know how to explain it because I was a dumb young fuck and I just used a phone. But it was basically like just your phone acknowledging you were now in a new zone or new area. Like, ours would flip over into something called Rogers, which I guess was Canada's internet service related to AT&T or something like that. But all of a sudden your phone would say Rogers. And even without, I wouldn't touch the phone. But if it was on, it would suddenly start doing things or whatever the fuck phones did back then in the background. And I got a call within a week from my mother of, like, I mean, my bill was like $450, my phone bill. And I never went to Canada, never used my phone in Canada. Like, my mom doesn't get mad. Like, my family, they're Irish. They don't show emotions unless they're shaming you. That's okay. But anger, not really there. And oh my God, I could like feel steam through the phone. And my flush panic was like, how am I going to pay for that? I'm in college. I didn't go to Canada. What the fuck? It was roaming. It was so bad. This is such a good song. It was the worst. T-minus 4 minutes until 4:20. I'm packed and ready. But yeah, that was the worst. Just like my mom did not make me pay for it or anything. She called the phone company and they were able to see that I didn't actually go to Canada or anything. I just happened to live on the border of it. But that was fucking horrifying. And I guess it used to happen to a lot of people. There wasn't an ability to switch off roaming back then. I'm talking like right after the Nokia brick phone era. I don't even know what year, like 2004, 2005. It was pre-iPhone. Whatever iPhones came out, I don't know. I wasn't an iPhone kid. It was pre-iPhone. So there wasn't, like, you didn't have all that control. It was basically your phone was on or off. No airplane mode. There was nothing. Still had 2 different buttons for answer and hang up. You remember? $500? Holy shit. Hi, Mayo. How are you? Whoa. I had a $500 plus electric bill in Texas when my AC was dying. So because your AC was dying, it just started like sucking the life out of your electricity bill. Yeah, you just got charged if it was roaming, but you didn't actually have to like call anyone, or I don't even know if I had texting at the time. I have no idea. You would just get that bill. It was horrifying. It actually happened to me. It happened to a dude I was dating. We got lost. It's the Cascades, but there's a mountain range you have to cross if you're driving from Washington down into Oregon to go to Portland. I don't know what those mountains are. I did it one time, but we got lost in a snowstorm up there, and we had just enough service to like look on our phones. And he said, I think he turned his service on for 1 second, took a screenshot of Google Maps just to have a map, like a picture of a map, because we were stupid and become dependent on like, technology. Have a map in your car. And it was $75 for like 1 second. Like one screenshot of that was like $75 on his bill. That was pretty fucking freaky. That was a lot of lot of money. I lost my water. This rap is sick. Yeah, it was a feature, but not an actual feature. It was like an Elder Scrolls feature. Yeah, and you were just I'm sure the cell phone companies probably got those calls constantly from people who lived on the border. Cause I wouldn't be anywhere fucking near the arches. Nowhere near. My school, I mean, I was in Bellingham. I think I was like 20 miles from the border. But being anywhere in that zone, your phone could just flip flop and your bill would reflect that. And it was I would always get these calls from my mom that were like, "Call me back, we need to talk." And I was like, "I'm gonna die." Damn. It could have been worse. I keep a map in my car now because I don't depend on technology anymore. The moment you think technology is always going to be there, it's not there, and it's always not there. In your dire moment, you fucking need it. I have a map in my car, a hard copy. Fuck that shit. Yeah, I like to drive in the middle of nowhere where often there is no service. I need a map. And chances are the roads in no service lands haven't necessarily changed too much. Don't make me go chase some water bottles. I know. I literally looked down to take a drink, and I think I might have picked it up and brought it to the kitchen when I ran off to get the video, and it's just gone. Oh well. I'll move stuff around and then I'll go grab it before we play the game. Great song. This list is off the shits today. For those that aren't up to date, the last 2 days we've been playing Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden, and it's fucking awesome, but also has consistently made me cry. So like, it's a tearjerker. It's like super badass, and there's fighting and murder and stuff, but also like, my heart's still in the toilet. I don't know what happened. It's so sad, but like in a good. I don't know. Is there a good way to be sad?
Squish that cat.
Oh, moron. This is something that runs on my gaming PC, so with all the
Hail Satan full of grace. I'll let you come all over my face if you let my computer not die. Thank you so much. We should be fine. It shouldn't do anything to the shit PC.
it's being a piece of PO. Happy 420 and cheers! Sales, that's a lot of months. Thank you for resetting the class, keeping the class alive, and giving it for 45 fucking months in a row.
I fucking appreciate you.
Go forth and be consensual in all the ways and enjoy your emits. Emits. Yep. Emits. It's been a day, okay? Forgive me. I'm a little cadetty today. Oh, dude, Donna, I think this list, I don't think I made this one, did I? Oh, I did make this list. Would you like a link to it? I think I'm in the process of making it because it looks like it's new. It's just called Nostalgia 90s. But I don't think it's all the 90s because there's a David Bowie song in here. Maybe I did make. No, I didn't. I'll just give you a link to it. I don't know. I think I might have started it or something. That's kind of how I am with Spotify. I very slowly add songs to playlists. I don't really sit down and just make a playlist anymore, mostly because I can't find enough music to fill a playlist at one time. Ever. Like It's just like I'll hit a song and I'm like, oh, that's the shit. And then I'll look through my playlist and see if it matches any of those descriptions. Like the only time I really sit down and make a full playlist is if I'm making one for an RP character I'm gonna play. Boo, that sucks, Kel. That's true, Maiko. No, you're right. That's true. No, you got me there. There's one. We've got one good sad. All right, don't fuck with me, game. You've been finding me, PC. I love you so much. You're good. You're a good BB. You just need more USB. Kun, we have a music Discord. You can put playlists in there. It's MOOZIC because I'm a child, or CIK. You can throw playlists in there, absolutely. We literally made commands for my big major, like the stream playlist where I add the music that you guys throw in on Faded Fridays when my computer's not on the fritz. Specifically because I kept linking my playlist so often, I was like, let's just make them commands. But I love to go through a playlist. You are absolutely welcome to throw those in there. And then we have a separate one for videos, vids and clips or whatever. If you want to like post a specific video or whatever that's not necessarily a music video, but music videos and stuff, music. That's where I go. If it's music, it's music. If the USA are so great, why they make USB? Thank you. I was talking about that sales, seriously. So my ancient Frankenbeast is on the fritz. She blue screened 5 times today. Bless you. I love you so much. Please keep going. I have this wonderful gaming PC. It doesn't have enough USBs to even support a 1 PC stream. And then the USBs it does, like the entire USB board on the back, all USB 3.0. It's all blue, all of it. And half the USBs I have are not 3.0. So if you put one into that board, it's like one of those stupid USBs that's like, I need the whole board to function, otherwise I'm going to fail. I don't even know how to word it, but you know exactly what I'm talking about because I know other people have this exact experience. Where some things, for some reason, they just want their full fucking own USB board. And it's like everything is USB. The only thing that's not is my camera. It's USB-C. It's the only thing. Everything is fucking USB. It's infuriating. I know, and it's such a nice PC, but it's a smaller case, therefore just not the real estate. I love computers. I do. It's crazy. I've been obsessed with them since I've told you guys that. I maintained friendships just because I had friends with computers that I wanted to play on. Computers have been an obsession of mine for my whole life, but they are fucking ultimately frustrating. That being said, yesterday we were talking about this. We were talking about how the younger generation is, I mean, there's no way they're not going to be smarter than any of us just because of the surplus of information at their fingertips at all times. But people in chat were saying, it's crazy, yeah, they're smarter, but they have no concept of file systems. Which I was like, there's no way that can mean as broad as you mean. What do you mean? And chat was like, no, that's what we mean. Like, for instance, if something goes wrong with your PC and you need to get into the files and start getting into some deep shit to fix it, they would have no fucking concept of, like, you know, the address your computer gives you, like C, Windows, Katie, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They'd look at that and put it into a browser and wonder why it didn't work. No fault of their own, but wow. I can't imagine a life not digging into my computer's bowels for something. Literally, I think because I did it before I knew how to be told not to. You know, you probably did it too. How many times did you wipe your computer as a child because you got into somewhere you shouldn't have and fuck with shit you probably shouldn't have? And then your mom's like, why is the desktop different? Where's my stuff? And you're like, oh. This is probably Sarah. Can't just be me. We've all done it. Too many, right? I feel like, you know, my mom and dad talk about when they were kids, there was friends of theirs that were the type that like to pull apart physical things. And I feel like I was the type that I wanted to pull apart this. Physical stuff was cool, but it only went so far. Like, I definitely destroyed VCRs and stuff, pulling apart and trying to figure out how they worked on the inside. But once I got a hold of the digital world, that was far more interesting. I don't know why. And once I figured out how you could just do a new install and clean, and, you know, no one, I don't know. I wasn't afraid to get into it. I was like, I can fix this. Let's fucking dig. Sales. Oh, I'm jealous. It's going to be awesome. Are you going to build it yourself? I never will, Vex. I don't underestimate I try not to. Catch me. Feel free to call me out if I do. Because oh, Robo, is it terrible sauce? Ooh, Donna, I wonder if memory's a thing. I would imagine that's absolutely a thing. My water flosser is a USB-C charging port, but it doesn't work if it's plugged into a USB-C source. It doesn't negotiate its charging voltage. With USB-C, it's mandatory. I have to use a USB-A to USB-C cable. USB is stupid. US is that's stupid. United States is stupid. What the fuck? That is so dumb. That's stupid. EV charging example for my EV with the 75 kilowatt battery, mid-range for EVs, it would cost about $9 to charge it from 0 to 100. Oh, yeah. That's nothing, then. It's cheaper than gas. Hubby was the type who would pull apart things and put them back together. That's why he's in electronics now. I mean, I was the same. I think I just got bored with it. My parents didn't have a lot of electronics around. Like, I broke my mom's record player. Don't remember doing it, but she told me I did, trying to tear it apart and put it back together. And a VCR and something else. And that was basically the end of the electronics in the house. It just wasn't the electronics era yet. So there wasn't anything to tear apart. But once I found computers, I was like, oh, there's a world in there. Dude, sales. Yes. I know it's not necessary, and I know there's so many amazing companies out there that will pre-build a PC for you, and you can pick all your own parts and everything, but I'm never not gonna encourage, nor not be just super fucking excited when someone says they're gonna build it themselves, because, like, there's something so satisfying about hitting that power button and hearing that and you're like, I've done it! She's alive! Just me? Not be like me and buy all of the black furniture from IKEA in college, and then also just own all black things because, wow, I just walked in circles. It was just sitting on a side table like 2 feet away from me right now, but it's a black side table, and the fuzzbutt, he's so fucking cute. He's so precious. It's seriously, the things disappeared. That's the only reason. My phone, I had to get a phone case with some white on it just so I'll find it somewhere. So bad. Anywho, gaming. Fuck. I was just thinking, I haven't bought thermal paste in so long. I wonder if I could get that overnight. Honestly, I bet I could get it same day delivery by Amazon as opposed to driving across the city and going to Micro Center. If that's what I need to do to this fucking PC to make it work. Yeah, it's cheap as fuck. It's such a small thing though. I think I could probably, like, it's seriously, we have a great Micro Center, but it's on the other fucking side of Denver. It's like 45-minute drive. The gas would be more expensive than the fucking thermal paste. I can't plug my car in. I have a fucking baby hair flying into my eyeball. Traitor to the crown. Oh, good song. Whatever, we'll let the song play. Cheers. I got my water. Arctic. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. It's been a while. This gaming one was actually a pre-built. I didn't get to build this guy. Where's my paper, Big Fuzzbutt? You have the sweetest eyes. You are so cute. He just walks around sniffing stuff just so delicately, and it's so fucking cute. Oh man, Vex. That was something I had to get used to here. I don't know if it's just a Baltimore and Seattle thing, the two places I've driven the most as an adult with a vehicle and a license. But on the coasts, everywhere I've lived, you follow the fucking speed limit. Like, there are cops everywhere. That same fly is in my house, fucker. People here, if the speed limit's 70, it's 95. Gently. And I just have existential dread. I go 90. I go the speed of the 4-lane traffic. Don't worry, I'm not the one in the fucking right lane going 70. Like, you fuckers, I go the speed because that's the safest route to go. But like, Damn. These like middle states don't give a fuck. Except Wyoming. Apparently they care. He's my buddy. I feel like I've become his safe place when his dad leaves, and like it's precious, but also I already have 2 dogs to do this all day. Isn't he just he's just the sweetest. He just Oh, okay. Well, we'll leave him to that. He just chills. He's a big bear. He is. The fuck? Oh, okay. OBS flickered. It's fine. We're fine. Cheers. Does anyone use Steam Big Picture mode on a PC? Out. Yes, I did. MX4 in permanent. I have so much. I can see faded messages from the weeks on my arm because I write it always in this horrible permanent marker. But then it doesn't come off when I wash my hands. And I can't ignore it. It's there. Yes, dude, Vex, exactly. That's exactly what it is. And I forget, like, if I'm out, if I'm picking someone up from the airport late at night and there's no one out there, I forget that that's what people do. So I'll be going the speed limit, and every once in a while, a car will just come fucking, like, boom, past me. And I'm like, are they racing? And then I remember, oh, yeah, everybody just goes 100 miles an hour here. Nobody gives a fuck about anything. Wild. That's why it does it. So I've noticed, every, like, my controller, when I initially turn it on, the little symbol will be white, and that means it's not, like, connected to Steam yet, and so I have to, like, click it, and then it connects to Steam. But if I'm not already in a game, it always opens up big picture mode, like it wants me to remap my controller, but all I've done is press that. So that makes sense. That's why it's happening. Hold on, I need to move you guys so I can see you. Again, blind, and I'm sorry. You know what, Glut? I had that. So I had 2 theories. It's a landlocked state. No one wants to live here. Therefore, there's not as many cops because there's no people outside of Denver proper. Like you go east and it's just it looks just like Kansas. I say it's just Kansas. We're butted up against Kansas, but it's flat farmland. It's nothing. That and I might be far shooting on this, but like it's hella white. So like I feel like the less diverse places I live, the less police presence there tends to be. And I'm not going to say there's a correlation. Hello, Maureen. How are you, my love? I know I don't know what we're borking at now. I just am going to ignore it because they're very borky lately. I need to move this monitor closer. I'm sorry, I'm blind. There's always someone going faster than you. Yeah, but like if they, like we literally have like 4 to 5 lane wide freeways, whatever the interstates, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Everybody calls them something different, and they are stacked. And if everybody is going 90, but the speed limit's 70, I think correct me if I'm wrong, it's safest to go with traffic, right? That's what I was taught. It makes me nervous, but I do it. Oh, no shit. Oh my god, isn't Dune 2 amazing? Didn't it just appease everything in your brain and your heart that you wanted and needed in your life? Oh my god, it's so good. They were literally out of the popcorn container when I went. Bummer. But I didn't care. I honestly don't give a fuck about it. I just want to see the movie. Yeah, being slower than the general speed of traffic is just as dangerous as being exceptionally faster than everybody else, right? I think I remember that from literal driver's ed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm pausing the music. I love you. I love this song too, but George Michael is just something I can't pause because his life was paused, and that's super sad. I have the game up already. I want to play this fucking game before my computer decides to fucking crash. I love you, baby. Don't do it. Not today. Why? What is it? Are we done? Okay. Fucking dogs. I know, but I'll never end up not pausing it. I'm the worst. I'll miss the fucking beginning of every song, and they're all good. That list is the shit. Fuck. My attention. I feel like I feel like I'm being tricked by someone. Like, you guys know how close my attention span is. You know how to do it. Oh shit. I'm hungry, but I need help choosing what to devour. Starburst jelly beans or birthday cake Oreos? Oh, I'd go Oreos every time.